So happy that Colin Powell is a Republican.
Alex Conant is a Republican strategist. Josh Gottheimer is a Democratic strategist. Great to have you both, Alex. So our friends over at First Read ask a great question today. They ask, if Gingrich and Palin are leading the charge to make the GOP the majority party again, do Republican strategists want to see maybe who's behind door number 3?
Well, I think that one of the great strengths of the Republican Party right now, and we do have a lot of strengths. A poll yesterday showed that most Americans trust us, or more Americans trust the Republicans on 6 of the 10 leading issues than the Democrats, including the economy. And that's in part because we have a lot of really strong leaders, not just Governor Palin and Newt Gingrich and Dick Cheney and Conant. Well, for instance, Governor Tim Pawlenty in Minnesota, who's showing real leadership, cutting the budget in order to balance it. Bobby Jindal down in Louisiana showing real leadership on health care and ethics. Those are the sorts of leaders that the country is going to look to in the future.
Either of those stronger than Gingrich or Palin, you think?
Well, I think that they're all strong, and everyone brings different strengths to the table, and that's part of what makes the Republican Party so strong right now, is that we don't just have one leader that we're dependent on. We have a country full of Republicans that are coming out of the woodwork on the local level, and then people in the state houses like Governor Pawlenty, like Governor Jindal, like Governor Barber and Sanford and Palin, who are showing real leadership on the state level. That's the future is going to be for the party.
All right, Josh, we didn't hear from Sarah Palin on stage last night, but we did hear from her on Fox News. Let me play a clip here.
It's expanding at such a large degree that if Americans aren't paying attention, unfortunately, our country could evolve into something that we do not even recognize. Certainly that is so far from what the founders of our country had in mind for us. Well, that is where we are headed.
Boy, we've heard that socialism word a lot. Josh, does she have a point?
I don't really know. Sarah Palin is famous for coming up with things that are incomprehensible, and I think this is one of them. I think what is clear here.
She's not the first. In fairness, she's not the first to raise that.
That's true. I mean, that's typical red meat that I think the right wing is trying to send to their base. We're in a time where our country's in one of the worst economic disasters, and recessions in our history. And this President Obama has been working overtime to right the ship, a ship that he inherited with massive debt and obviously major problems in the housing front, and health care, and education. So I think what you're seeing the president do is obviously get the country on good footing again. And I think the right, I'm very happy that the likes of Dick Cheney and Rush Limbaugh and Sarah Palin are out there, out there touting the benefits of the Republican Party. It's the smallest 10 around.
Alex, let me ask you about last night. Republicans say they're happy. They raised $14+ million last night, but it's about $7 million less than last year. It's the lowest number in 5 years. Is this a sign of a weakened Republican Party, or is this about tough economic times?
No, absolutely not. I mean, last year was an election year. This year is not an election year, so it's apples and oranges, but it is more money than Barack Obama is raising at similar events. I think that says a lot when the RNC month after month raises more money than the DNC, and then you see the campaign committees last night raising more money than Barack Obama can raise at similar events. It says a lot about the long-term strength of the party, especially when you see the poll numbers starting to turn in our favor.
Josh, does it say a lot?
No, I mean, I think the president is focused on what he should be doing, which is running the country, and not focused on running around raising money. That's not true at all.
He's been in Indiana, and he's been in Hollywood last week.
If the Republicans, here's the numbers that I would look at. The favorability of Newt Gingrich, the favorability of Sarah Palin, they have nearly 50% unfavorable ratings in this country. That's what the people think about them. Rush Limbaugh and Dick Cheney, even worse. So those are the numbers I'd be looking at. I'd worry less about counting your nickels and more about getting the party in line.
Well, Josh Gottheimer, Alex Conant, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Breaking news.